Hey guys, today we're checking out this $150 diesel heater that I got off of Amazon. We're gonna open up the box, see what's inside, and after I've had a chance to install it and use it for a couple of weeks, we'll do a review on it. Start with this. Got the box. Set you there. And this looks like this is the main unit. It's really, really heavy. A lot heavier than I thought it would be, honestly. That's a good sign. And this is a reservoir. The cool thing about this is if your vehicle doesn't use diesel, you can just use this as a reservoir, keep diesel in it to fuel the heater. Let's check out what's in this box. All right. Cool. Chinese writing. The muffler for the exhaust line. And then I'm guessing this is the intake air for the combustion, an intake pipe, which will go in the bottom of this guy on one of these. And then this one's going to be the exhaust. Go on there as well. This, I think, give me two of these guys, so I think this is a splitter, and you can kind of split your heating out if you have, like, if you want to direct it in a couple directions. And this will go on the front of this, so I'll probably just do one. I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to mount it yet. Oh, and they each have these little directional vents, so you can kind of adjust them if you want them to blow up or to the side or down. Got a fuel pump, some bags of stuff. We'll come back to those. This little baggie's got a bunch of little rings in it and looks like a bracket, I'm guessing, to attach the exhaust and these guys. Got a bigger hose clamp, which is probably meant for... And then we have this bracket, which matches the bottom of this guy. Alright. So we got these two bags here. This one has all the wiring, so it's you're gonna have to wire it to your battery, obviously, and then wire it to the fuel pump, and then your controller, which is this guy. And they also sell a digital controller that has like an LCD display. This one looks pretty basic, and these will light up and turn it on or off. So I might upgrade to the digital one. I think it's like 20 bucks. And this one looks like it has to do with the fuel source. So we've got the fuel line, and this is like a little gasket to help seal the bottom of this guy. Another large hose clamp. Bunch of zip ties. We've got this kind of rubbery bracket thing, which I'm assuming is for this fuel pump to keep it mounted. I'll mount mine underneath the van. Got a fuel filter, a couple more brackets, probably for the exhaust since these are metal. Got all these little all these little rubber clamps, which you'll use with the fuel line when you're attaching it between different items. So yeah, a bunch of other little odds and ends. So this is a lot for 150 bucks. I don't think you can go wrong, but we're gonna have to see once I install it. I've been using this heater for about a month and it has been a really good experience. I left the heater on overnight several nights when it was really cold, and it's the first time I've woken up in a warm van during the winter. Some of the things I like about the heater, obviously the price. $150 isn't a huge investment, especially when you're considering the alternatives cost around $1,300 like the S-Bar D2. This heater just works well. It does what it's supposed to. When I turn it on, it blows hot air. The air is clean. It doesn't fog out my windows. All the gross, dirty air is getting sent out with the exhaust. When I installed the heater and took a look at the components, they all seem to be a good quality, with the exception of the fuel filter, which I broke. I also like that the wiring was just plug and play. I watched a lot of S-Bar D2 heater install videos, and the wiring seemed to be the most difficult part for other installations, and it really was easy in this one. And another thing I like about this heater and the package that they sent me was that you don't have to have a diesel van. You could use the reservoir and basically put this heater in any vehicle. Probably the biggest thing I like about this heater is that it's not the heater I used before, which was this Mr. Buddy heater. It runs off propane, which means you have to worry about carbon monoxide poisoning. You have to always leave the windows open. These things are expensive and you change them a lot, and it got in the way a lot. So I'm happy not to have to mess with it anymore. Here are some of the cons. It didn't come with instructions. I don't even know who makes this heater, and there's no warranty, but it's $150. I don't think the quality control is very high. The little controller that turned on the heater had some bad soldering, so it only was effective half the time. So I ended up buying the digital controller, which I highly recommend, by the way. It's way better. All in all, I think this is a good purchase. I've definitely recommended it to friends. It's a good budget option, and I would recommend it to anyone who lives in a van, RV, tent, or tiny home. I don't think you'll be disappointed. This is the 5 kilowatt version. That might be too much for some people depending on the size of their vehicle and how cold it gets. If you live in mildly cold weather, I'd probably try to go with the 2 kilowatt version. Anyway, I made a video showing a little bit of my install process. It's not a step-by-step guide, but it's a good visual to see how I installed the heater on this van. You can check that out in the description, as well as a place to buy this heater if you're interested. It's an Amazon affiliate link, so it will help me out a little bit on this channel. Thanks for taking time to watch this video. If you want to see more videos like this, let me know with a like or dislike, and be sure to subscribe. Thanks, and we'll see you soon.